Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Kenzie DeGaulle. I'm a writer of fantasy and historical fiction, and this is my updates for September of 2023. September was a really good writing month for me. I set out with the goal to write 20,000 words of my current work in progress. I'm writing a fantasy novel. I think it's going to be an adult fantasy novel. Not quite sure yet. But I'm writing a fantasy novel called Project Mutiny. This is my second draft of it, and it's going really well. And my goal for September was to write 20,000 words, and I ended up with 21,719 words for September. So I am very proud of myself. I did a lot of writing this month. I've had some low word counts in the last few months, so I'm very happy that I was able to get that up a bit. I wrapped up this month with a total of 36,465 words on Project Mutiny, which I'm just realizing, does that mean that I ended August with only 14,000 words? That's crazy. I thought I had a lot more than that. Okay, so I got a lot of good work done for Project Mutiny, and I'm super excited, super happy with where everything's been going. My first draft was a lot different than this one, and I realized towards the end of the first draft that I had a lot that I wanted to change, and so I ended up kind of summarizing a lot of the book, like the last, at least a third of it I summarized, because I knew that there was just too much that I wanted to change, and it didn't feel worthwhile to finish a novel that I wasn't going to keep in the first place. So this one is being fully written cover to cover, and I'm super happy with my changes. I'm super happy with how everything's going so far. I am loving this story, loving writing it again, and I'm super excited to finish this draft and, I don't know, work more on it. Hopefully get it published at some point, because I really love this novel. Yeah, I'm super excited about where I got. Starting this month, starting September, I have been setting like monthly little word count challenges for myself, just to keep myself on track and push myself and have like a tangible goal for the end of the month. Because in the past I've kind of just been writing aimlessly and not getting a whole lot done, so I've started setting monthly word count goals for myself, and so September was 20,000 words. October, I'm pushing myself a little bit more with October. I'm going to try and write 30,000 words, and so far it's going good. Today's October 3rd, so I've had 2 days of writing so far, and they've both gone really good. I'm like ahead of schedule so far, which probably won't be true for the entire month, but at least for the first couple of days I'm doing really well with this goal. The reason that I set a higher goal was because I am trying to get myself ready for NaNoWriMo, because I've decided to participate this year and I am a little scared. It's a really huge goal. So I'm trying to get myself a little more ready by doing 30,000 words, but not push myself so much that I get burnt out. So hopefully this goes well, and hopefully NaNoWriMo will go well. I'm going to talk more about that in another video, because I'm going to announce my project and talk all about it, so you'll hear about that towards the end of October. Another thing that was happening in September was that I was getting a lot of new ideas, just like a lot of mostly snippets for like stories, like to be included in a larger work. They weren't like story ideas by themselves. Like I would get kind of an idea for like a character dynamic, or like a way that a character acted, or something that I'm kind of just jotting down and saving to be used at a future date when it when it's relevant and it can be used. So that's been interesting. I feel like I'm just constantly getting distracted from my current project, just like getting new ideas and having something else that I'm excited about, and it's it's a problem. I have too many ideas and not enough time, but that's a good problem, I think. So one of those actually was more than just a snippet of an idea. I had a really cool dream that I'm going to be turning into a novel at some point. I don't know when. I have so many projects to work on. This one is going to be kept on the back burner until I can get to it and until I feel like I'm ready to write it. And I have a few projects like that are just sitting in the background. I'm thinking about them every now and then, just waiting for like the right moment to write them. So this is definitely going to be one of them, but in the last few days since I've had that dream, I've been thinking about it nonstop. It was a really, really cool concept, and I'm very grateful to my brain for coming up with something really cool like that I can turn into a story that I'm really excited about. So that's been that. And another thing that's been happening, I got very, very motivated to work on a rewrite of an older project. I had this project going a few years ago. It started a few years ago, and I was doing a webcomic for it, and then I realized I am not cut out for webcomics, and I just could not keep up with the workload, and I wasn't good at telling stories visually. So I took it to the back burner, let it simmer for a while, and I knew I didn't want to let the story go. I was in film school for a semester and I hated it, so I left. During that time I was thinking that it would be a TV show maybe, but now it's gonna be a novel because that's what I do. That's what I'm good at. That's what I like doing. So it's gonna be a novel, and I got super excited about it, and I was like coming up with all these cool ideas, all these cool plot moments, and I just really, really wanted to start writing. So I maybe started a new project. But this one has rules. This one has caveats. I'm not abandoning Project Mutiny. I'm focusing on Project Mutiny. I'm focusing on June. This one is just on the side. So, this one is called Project A. It is a historical fantasy, and I made the deal with myself that I can write it if it is handwritten. I used to handwrite everything when I was younger. When I was a kid trying to write stories, I handwrote every single one of them. No paragraph breaks, no punctuation, no plot. Like, the most horrible stories ever. But I handwrote all of them. I also wrote a lot of these in middle school. I would start a lot and I'd be taking them really seriously. It's kind of really embarrassing, but I used to carry around a stack of notebooks around to school every day, as if I would work on every single story every day. I brought around all of my stories every day. That was a weird era in time. So I used to handwrite a lot of stories, and I've kind of always wanted to try it again, to try and write a full novel on paper. And obviously it would be migrated to my computer later so I could edit it and polish it and stuff. But I really want to try a first draft handwritten. So that's what I'm doing with Project A, and I'm super excited about it. This notebook is super cute. It has bees on it. I don't know if you can see it. It has bees on it. I love it so much. And I am just a couple of pages in. I have just a little bit going, because I'm just writing every now and then when the inspiration strikes. But I am really enjoying this. It's super fun to see all my words on paper, but also for the words to be permanent as they go down. Like, I can't go back and edit my sentences, so it's kind of taking out the perfectionism. I'm just writing. It's really fun. And my focus has been on other things, so I haven't been writing a ton with it, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm definitely planning on seeing this through to the end, and I'll give you updates sometimes, probably not month to month, but like when I get significant ways through, I will tell you about it, tell you how it's going. And yeah, so that's very much a back burner project. Don't expect too much happening with this one. One of the last things I wanted to show you, I made this little card to keep myself on track with writing this month, and it is it's just like the calendar, and I crossed off the days that I wrote because I really wanted to try and write almost every day of the month. Originally I did say I wanted to write every day, but the second day of September I didn't, so I changed that goal a little bit, and I wrote all but 6 days of the month, and I'm really proud of that, especially for this last little chunk of September where I wrote every day for 13 days. I'm really proud of that, and I'm still going with that streak because I made a second one for October, and for the first 2 days I have kept up with writing. Hopefully that will continue, especially because NaNoWriMo is coming up and I'm gonna need to stay on top of that. So I'm enjoying, like, every day when I'm done writing I get to cross off the box for the day. It's really fun. So the last thing that I'm going to talk about for this video is the fact that starting in October I'm going to be trying to do weekly vlogs. Actually, in September I tried to do one for the whole month and it failed miserably. I'm only able to film on the weekdays when no one is home, which is a very small amount of time. And so on the weekends I couldn't film, and if I was busy with something in the morning and then people got home, then I couldn't film for that day. It was a mess. It was a whole mess. So I think that doing weekly vlogs will work a lot better because I can start it on Monday, I can finish it on Friday, and all of the writing is condensed into one video for that week instead of skipping around between days when I could film and days when I couldn't film. So I'm really looking forward to that. So this Friday, I'm going to be putting up a writing vlog, and I'm hoping to continue through November doing NaNoWriMo vlogs. I'm hoping to continue this for as long as I can. So yeah, look out for those videos, and I'm going to have a couple more going up. I am going to be posting a reading wrap-up next week, and I filmed another kind of a writing experiment video that's going to be going up the week after, which I'm really excited about. So yeah, vlogs, extra videos, there's a lot of stuff that I'm super excited about, so if you're interested, definitely keep an eye out, because those will be coming soon and I'm very excited about them. If you're a writer too, let me know how your September went. I'd love to hear about it, and thank you so much for watching to everyone who tuned in for this update, and I look forward to telling you all about how my writing in October went. Bye.